Have you ever looked down and see what seems like a ton of chords going by and you can't seem to play anything that makes sense? You start panicking. You start sweating. You start sweating in places you didn't even know you could sweat. How do people play through chords at such fast speeds and still sound great? There are two ways to make playing through chord changes easier. Pat Martino explained his trick to me around 10 years ago. He called it minor conversion. It frees up your mental resources by playing over less things. So he would convert as many regions of a song as possible to minor. Take the first 8 measures of rhythm changes, for example. He might convert the B flat to G minor to just G minor sound. Then when approaching a 2-5, he would just think in the minor realm of the 2 chord each time, C minor in this case. And when I say minor realm, he thought of minor as a more broad sense. He didn't think of modes or scales. He would play the sound of minor. With the B flat chord, Pat would think F minor. He would act as if it was a 2-5 there. And because the E flat major lasts for only 2 beats, he might continue the F minor sound up to that point. One could even stay in F minor over the E flat minor chord because it happens so briefly, and it does work together. Then go on to play the minor sound of the 2 chords of the remaining 2 5s. So there's options many times. Now, I'm not going to sound like Pat, but I'm going to play through using Pat's basic concept. So as you can see, that gives us only 3 or 4 things to concentrate on instead of this chord lasts for 2 beats, then this chord lasts for 2 beats, and on and on and on. You can also convert all the B flat major chords to a D minor sound as well, just to give a little bit of a different flavor. Let me give this one a try. Does that seem easier to you? Let me know if you like this minor conversion approach and if you can start using it almost right away. And trust me, there's a lot more sophistication in Pat's approach to playing than what I did. I'm just showing you a simplistic way he looked at things. And I'll be totally honest with you, this approach doesn't do it for me. I can identify with this way a little better, and maybe you will too. I don't think it's a superior way, just a way that works better for me. And Barry Harris taught this as well. Like Barry, I think of major and major 7 chords as 6 chords. And I think of 2 5s as just a 5 chord, a dominant 7 chord. So my mind instead sees this. I'll be playing over the chords written above. I'll tell you why I like this approach. I feel I can express myself better with this yin and yang. That's my slant on it, by the way, not Barry's. I see it as yin and yang because the major 6 sounds to me as restful, yin. And the dominant 7 sounds strong, holds tension, and creates movement as well as interest. That's yang. Waves of tension and release. Tension and release. You can add to that tension by using alterations like flat 9, sharp 11, flat 13s. I just identify with that better instead of shifting minor tonalities around. But hey, it worked great for Pat. Pat's approach was shifting minor sounds. My approach, like Barry's, is shifting between tension and release. Hey, guess what? I've worked out a great lesson for you that gets you working on both concepts, Pat's minor method and Barry's dominant 7 approach. I give you original material to work on through progressions like rhythm changes, including the bridge section. The link to the PDF is below.